Hi everyone, I'm Melissa Ryerson. It is Friday, it's tree lighting day, but I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about something there's a little bit of chatter about on social media. And City Administrator Eric Stuckey is here to tell us a little bit more about it. It was an ordinance that was introduced at the last Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting, and it was regarding public expression. And there's a little bit of chatter out there that people are saying that maybe we want to curtail public expression. Tell us a little bit more about it. It's not about that, right?
No, not at all. And first, let me say we're still working on it. It is a draft, and we're still gathering feedback from our board, the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, and from the community overall. So it's still something we're working on, but it's entirely designed around a process to manage the time and location in a way that keeps everybody safe, both someone who wants to demonstrate, maybe a counter demonstrator, or just the general public. So that's what we're working on. And again, there's no vote coming up. There was an erroneous report that we were voting on it next Tuesday. We're not. And in fact, we won't bring it back till after the first of the year because we're doing some updates. There were some questions and suggestions made by the board at the work session. We're also getting some other input from the community. So we want to be sensitive to that and incorporate any other ideas that might be helpful, make it a better ordinance. So it's still a work in progress. And I can't even tell you exactly when it'll come back. And when it comes back, it'll come back again as a discussion item. We won't be asking for votes. We'll be getting feedback and direction and get a sense of if there's more refinement needed or if we're ready to start making a decision around a policy.
Now, the proposed ordinance, if anyone wants to read it, is on our website, and we can tell you how to get to that later. But this was really thought about not just recently, but 2 years ago. Tell us how it all came about.
Right. This is in the wake of, obviously, the Charlottesville, Virginia tragedy, which was a public demonstration that went terribly wrong, deadly wrong for one of the counter-protesters. And then not that long after that, there were demonstrations planned for Shelbyville, Tennessee, and Murfreesboro. Both happened to be around white supremacist groups, and we really, in fact, supported those communities with some help from our public safety personnel and also just consulted with them. We have city management conferences, and I was able to get some lessons learned from both Charlottesville and also from our colleagues in Shelbyville and Murfreesboro. And so over the last year and a half or so, we've been working on some ideas around this. And so that's what we've gathered. We've looked at other cities and what their ordinances are, looked at those lessons learned, and applied that to what we're putting forward. And again, our focus is about safety of the general public, of those who participate in a demonstration or counter demonstration. And it's not about what they say. We don't manage, don't regulate in any way the messages that people are trying to share. And in fact, one of the complaints or concerns I've heard is, does this stifle free speech? And in fact, we look at it completely the opposite. It should enable and protect free speech because we're providing a process through which it can be done safely and done in a location and time that works for those who want to get their message across.
Right, an area for both protesters and counter-protesters. And we're not the first city to permit this process. And the permitting, talk about that and the length of time.
Yeah, a number of folks have it. And I would comment, one of the questions we've gotten is, don't you already have ordinances that help you deal with this? And the answer is really not exactly. We have certain things that deal with special events, deal with amplification or public disturbance or disorderly conduct, those types of things, but those are more general in nature. And the best example I can give you is if somebody wanted to do a special event, we require that they give us a 90-day lead time in terms of notice. Well, you could classify one of these demonstrations as a special event, and 90 days is obviously way too long to do that. What the draft ordinance provides for is a baseline of 5 days to the city administrator's office, and even provides a workaround if it's really urgent. If something has happened and people really want to speak out and express themselves, it provides an avenue where the city administrator could provide even sooner or almost immediate approval so that something can happen. Again, we just need to know basic information around who's doing it, how many people they expect, and where they'd like to do it, and then we'll work to implement that as effectively and as safely as we can for everybody involved.
Okay. Again, there will be a link in this post, and you can learn more about and read the draft ordinance at your leisure. And is there anything else they can do to learn more about the process? We want your feedback, of course.
Yeah, the ordinance is online. You can see that, and I'm always available. You can call me or email me with your suggestions and comments. We've gotten a couple emails that are very thoughtful that we are incorporating in our additional review of the ordinance, so you can do that. My email is my name, eric.stuckey@franklintn.gov, so you can email me there. You can call my cell phone, 615-708-9385. We're here to work with you, and if you have questions or you want to give some suggestions or you just want more information, don't hesitate to let us know. We're continuing to work on it, and we want it to be something that serves the community well.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time.